You all head downstairs. A little bit slower than you would anticipate. Well, the special service go, would you like us to carry your armor for you?
Oh yeah, no, I gave mine to them to put in my
no. See, they're
Hey, the last time we slept just right outside that particular thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, like, can I look at the room, not the one that I stayed in last time, but the one on the other side of Talavin's? The cool design? Is there another cool design?
Oh, there are cool designs in all of the places. This particular design, you go to this next room, and it's almost like an Alice in Wonderland forest.
This one!
It's this dark, all of the walls are this dark green, but you can see that there are tree trunks that are slightly molded as if the paint itself were three-dimensional. You go over and you can just smell this little bit of deep woods. You can see that there are teapots hanging from the ceiling. You can see that there are these very strange lights just twirling around this spiral four-poster bed. You swear at a couple points, you glance over and you see little woodland creatures.
I thought you were going to say the Cheshire Cat and then I think about the Manticore.
No. Just small, like a fawn that prances between the woods. You swear you see a little gray bunny.
I'm just going to open the door. Cool. Put my stuff in there. Close mine. And then
you all make your way all the way down
I'm
into
like,
the lower levels.
Should be a few good times in the side, so I'm just kind of like holding my side a little bit, like in my jaw a little bit.
Yeah, you gotta stretch your jaw. Oh, like you've got a yawn, but it's just aches. At which point, perception check.
Oh dear.
would it be passive perception, perhaps?
21.
This is as you guys are going down the stairs, looking around and noticing.
11 or 10.
10. You're a little bit distracted at the moment because of the ease of the summoning with someone else there, knowing that your own self-doubts weren't getting in your way. You, Talavin, hear no. From far down the hall.
Oh, there's still the small Jacob definitely just dunked by it, bro! I say out loud to Nora, I'm like, bro.
We should not go in there.
When we can dog, I'm like, bro, your time's up. My turn. I'm going. I'm gonna knock on the door. Alright, y'all, time's up, bro.
Just swing.
I do not look.
Oh!
I do not look in. No, I stay.
The second the door starts swinging, I turn around real quick. I'm like, no, wait!
You hear the sound of wet footsteps. Yes?
I'm not facing him. I turn around. I'm just like,
Nora,
it's my turn!
Well, I wasn't. If he like steps out of the spot.
No, he doesn't step out of the spot. He just walks up to the door.
I was not at the door. Like, here's
I
the
realized
door.
it was gonna open.
Talavin was here. Nora was like, I'm not getting any closer. I was like,
I like bang a little boom, boom.
Problem?
Yes, it's our turn. Get out.
Oh, that's unfortunate. I need you to make a dexterity check. Or actually, this is contested strength.
Oh no.
You feel wet arms grab you around your waist and yank you into the room. You feel yeah.
hang on, I can see, was he clothed at all?
Oh
As he goes backward, heading for the much larger pool, you begin kicking, you begin thrashing.
no! I'm like, my eyes are closed. I'm like, oh
no, you don't. He leaps back. You all are both weightless for a moment before
my freaking
land
point vanish. I'm like,
water.
in the water. I come up like, and now my eyes are open and I'm like,
He flips out, shakes his hair all rough, and you do see he has on trunks.
okay. Woo.
As as he's treading water, just giving you this cheeky grin, he's like, this place is great.
How close is he?
He's about, 3 or so feet.
I go to tug him.
Make another...
Not heels.
Not heels.
Make another strength check.
Covered in bruises.
Natural 20! 23!
You actually get him. As you take that moment, you tread the water and you just push him under the water, at which point you actually gain a little bit of height and you glance over the pool next door. You actually see Wyatt is just barely above his eyes are just barely above the water. You just see a couple of bubbles before you both go under.
Yeah. And I go somewhere real quick. Because I'm fully clothed and now my boots are wet.
Make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh no!
Talavin.
12. Nope, that's a 9. That is a 15.
That's a 15. It's not enough. You feel something grab your ankle and pull you back.
You just hear
And
before you
yeah, you make it. You manage to get your hands up and
I run to the door.
back into the water. As he also tries to get out of the water and he's gonna make a dex saving. You're gonna make
natural 19!
You manage to get him to you actually go under the water and yank him from under and he goes under. Nora,
I'm gonna get away now.
Okay, try to go ahead and try to get away. This is another dexterity saving throw.
Natural 20, 26.
There's no in between with that dice.
You actually managed to make it to the edge. You pull yourself and roll yourself out of the water before he I yell as he claws himself up.
I'm just like,
he's just leaning up on the edge.
When Nora heard Talavin's scream, she definitely ran to the door. Not going in, just like...
You run to the door, yeah, you just...
hair plastered to my face, bruises super dark.
You see Jacob, he's wearing trunks, he's wearing some forms of undergarments.
I point over to where I saw Wyatt
But for the
look at
most
Nora and be
part-
like, it's one over there.
It's just like...
All you see is his nose just barely above the water, and just bubbles, right? It looks up at you, panicked, wondering what it is you're actually going to do.
I'm alright.
You're no fun at all.
Talavin, from where you are, you can also see that Wyatt is also relatively
Clothed, that's good.
not fully clothed,
Because
but he's
Talavin would have definitely been naked. If she's been here by herself.
naked.
Whoa. Last time. But we went to like
I
a
was
separate
last time.
room. Yeah, last time.
No, this is where we were. This is the
I
small
thought there
one.
was a separate little like room where we went. Or a little
There were two.
enclave.
There were
We
two.
went to two
Yeah.
different ones, yeah.
There's the larger one, and then there's the one that like one feeds into the next with all of the different herbs and smell good stuff.
Oh yeah, then we're going there too. I just wanted to come clean off in this one before I got in the nice
Is this
smelling one.
more like a pool or is it just like a
It's kind of like a big bath.
Yeah.
It's the size of a pool, but it's kind of more. It's more like a big bath. Water's nice. Jacob looks finally. What happened to you two?
Just a little sparring for fun.
Just have fun? Looks like you're actually trying to fight something out.
We just kind of like look at each other and I just kind of like shake my head. I'm like, no.
Just, like, that's how we used to entertain ourselves as children.
Well, he slinks himself out of the main pool and goes over to the herb smelling one.
Is it a separate room?
Yeah.
Like there's a wall?
Not a full wall, but just like a slight divider. That's where you guys were before, and that's actually where you see Wyatt.
In the herb one?
Yeah, that one.
Oh, okay.
You can add different herbs to different pools.
I don't really have any clothes on under this, so.
I mean, I'm in like a top and
I'm in like a long sleeve shirt and leather pants and leather knee-high boots.
What do you wear on the bottoms?
I always wear I wear brown leather pants, knee-high leather boots,
But leather
and then I wear,
doesn't do well.
I don't know, yeah, I know, I'm not able to move right now, apparently. It is very challenging. I will like slowly get up as I'm trying to move in my like, oh god, this is terrible. I'm gonna go.
Them spectral servants actually come with little bundles of clothes. Would you like some swimming clothes?
Yes, thank you.
They set it down. Okay, bye.
Is there a changing area?
The 2 more spectral servants actually come through, actually carrying a divider.
Okay, great. Yeah, I'll do that. And I'll change. What is that? I was just thinking like shorts and like a shirt. Like a tank top.
Yeah, it's this little wrap for your chest. And then it's almost like a skirt, but it's more flowy. It's not form fitting, but it covers all the bases.
That's cute. That's really cute. I want.
Oh yeah, there are 2 sets.
Black?
One of them is black and one of them is kind of like this very faded lavender.
Thank you. It better not be see-through.
No, like from Atlantis.
That's fine.
Cuter.
Okay.
Like that kind of.
Yeah.
I like
See,
it.
my skin color is kind of close to, so it just looks like.
Yeah, it would just look like my
Yeah.
skin.
Opalescent. I altered it slightly.
Yeah, I know, but I'm lavender, bro. So like,
You're more tan.
I'm more
than
tan,
anything. If
but
you
like
look at your profile
full
picture,
purple.
you've
Yeah.
got lavender undertones, which would be complemented well with the lavender. Calendar.
Calendar.
Only calendar.
Nice. Okay. I'm gonna just float.
After slipping it on, you all
Sword.
slip into
Cannonball! No, I'm just kidding.
the
No, I definitely do a cannonball. Just because.
The water displaces. Shimmering around. You wash off the
I'm
muck
going to
and the bruises. You just step into the water and just float peacefully and quietly.
Just because they mind my tattoo, like, oh man, they never get to look at my tattoo.
It's a lovely.
Technically, people don't really see our tattoos.
You have a face tattoo.
No, I don't.
I did.
You
No,
wanted
I
to
thought
get,
about it,
You
and
wanted
then
to
I
get a
did
face
it.
tattoo. Yours goes like a lace glove all the way up across your arm.
And I always
here,
have long
across your
sleeves
chest.
on. So technically people don't see it. I have, it goes up my arm, and then I have like a thing on my side. So technically mine.
So you all do see Jacob and Wyatt's tattoos actually. You've seen it before in an alternative dimension. Yeah.
It was an
Calvin
awesome-
hasn't seen it yet in this
hasn't happened
dimension.
in
This campaign, but almost this.
Describe it to
campaign.
us.
The one tattoo, is almost like the pauldron, but it's like goes right over his heart if you remember
Yes.
that one, and then the other one is a dagger that goes right by his spine.
Do they look like the magical types of tattoos? I assume the magical ones in this.
It looks like they could possibly have some kind of ability associated with him. Yes.
Oh yeah.
He's shirtless. He still looks uncomfortable, but one of the spectral servants comes by and gives him a shirt. He puts it on in the water.
We should go. Nah.
He's
You better
in
not
the
get
water.
too close to me.
He just steps a little bit further and goes under and just ruffles his hair. It just smells nice.
I'm like over there like,
Jacob's like, what, did you all hit each other that hard?
I knocked her out.
Barely. I almost won. As much as you will find a surprise. You are more familiar.
Yeah, really. I feel like y'all are always beating each other up.
We don't bruise easy. Looks over, right, Wyatt? He looks and he's like, I don't want to talk about it. He actually goes under the water on the top of his head.
Talavin for a moment looks slightly insulted. She's not gonna say anything, she's just be like, we'll see about that.
So the one that we're currently in doesn't have smelly good stuff
No.
in it. It's just
Yeah, no, Jacob and Wire are in that one, and I'm waiting for them to leave.
like, do you want to trade or can we come
Are you
over
done
to
yet? Are
this?
you pruny enough? Can the grandpas get out now?
Wyatt's like, no, this is why.
Don't make me take my clothes off. Yeah, I'm just kidding. No, don't say that. I don't say that because that'll make them uncomfortable. I know better than to say that.
I kind of mimic him. I'm like, I can come. I want to smell it.
You can come over here. You can just be over in that one over there.
I mean, there's technically several.
They're like 5 or 6.
Forget that then. I knew that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go to
I gradually get out and I'm like, and I go over to the other one. Oh my god, I just want to clean, no clothes. I like naked baths, god damn it. In my head.
You go to one, she goes to the other. Both of you are upstream of the boys. They choose the ones that are downstream, so you're fine.
That's fine.
Let's see, what am I going to put in my bath today? I'll get some
Lavender. Because you
some
got lavender.
lavender and some peppermint. Yeah, that's what I
Let's go with owl.
Boof my look out.
Aloe for like my bruises for soothing.
That's fine. Small details. It smells good.
It smells wonderful. The combination. Kind of this downstream. And your passive perception would pick this up, but yours would partially pick it up. But Wyatt definitely pinked whenever he saw you guys get up and get into the different bath. Jacob, you know, always big smiles. He's always big smiles, big personality. But you can see that it's not just the warm water as he just kind of sinks. He tries not to look, and actually he does succeed, but initially whenever you all first get out, he just kind of reverts his face. Alright, well, I'm tapping out for the night. Jacob gets up and he's like, "You gonna be okay? You're gonna drown yourself." Wyatt, I'm coming. He slinks out of the pool. His hair's
I like
wet.
literally imagine like a cat that's just getting out of water, just kind of like looking like super dejected and upset.
Smokers come by with towels. There's just these big fluffy towels that they just
get out.
The
wrap
moment
around.
she's all finally when they leave. Like, oh, finally!
We saw you lost your
Good
clothes.
to us too.
I
I know what's coming.
just sit down and I'm like, oh, finally.
And Wyatt hurriedly leaves.
No, I wait till they leave. I wait till the door shuts. And then I'm like, ah!
And indeed, you rest.
For like 20 minutes, and then I'm like, okay, now I'm good now. Enough. I'm definitely pretty enough.
In the meantime, Jacob, drying off his hair, Wyatt's just slowly raining out his. Jacob shakes his hair. Are we allowed to pick any room, or is this an assigned thing? Where are you guys staying?
We're staying on the 3rd floor, by the training area.
Cool.
That's where we're practicing for.
Oh, no, I guess I'm gonna poke around a little bit and
Each
see what I can see.
Each room is different.
Ooh.
Iron's
Oh
nice.
no. Ooh. Oh, that sounds fun. Well, I'm
How
gonna go
long were
see.
we technically in the bath?
About 30 or so minutes. 30,
I
40
only did
minutes.
20 minutes. I only did 10 because I totally get like grandma puberty.
Oh, brooding.
It's been a long time. I just wanted to like relax for a few minutes.
And 2 elves with eternal youth have brooding. Question of the day. And I mean, Wyatt kind of looks over and he's like, I guess I could go try and find a place to sleep. Or I could sleep in the hallway. Or
Just sleep in the hallway.
I don't know. This place is huge.
Yes, it's
I don't
No.
know. Instead of using a hood, he actually uses a towel, pulls it over his head, and continues to cleaning off his ears, cleaning off his hair, and wiping off what he can.
Head down. Like this.
Not completely down, but it's slightly.
That's fine. Well, I can show you around if you want. Talavin and I explored last time we were here.
Make a persuasion roll.
Oh man.
14. Sure.
Really?
That was
Sure.
Alright. Well, I've only been here one other time, but there you go. And I'm just gonna take them around to the fun rooms and the forge. And then
Looks like it's different. It's a different kind of smell.
it smells like my home. It always smells like fire.
It smells like metal.
Yes. Yes, it does. Yes. Move around. Other places there was the
You
ball.
should have got astrology room. Oh.
She's only got those right now.
Okay.
Not romantic.
Okay.
Alright, so then just walking around the ballroom and being like, and like, I sat in this floor for a week and enchanted this junk right here.
Wow.
But then I can talk to Citron whenever I like. He's quite interesting.
It's the most interesting thing you know about him.
It's very old. And wise.
She does get a little chuckle out of him.
No, it's fine. This is making me
Sure.
100%.
Yeah, this place is huge.
The sprites stay there. And I kind of point out the little hole where they go.
Oh wow.
It's like the same thing.
That's wow.
Alright, then we'll go up around to like the other rooms and
Go around and show them the theater.
I'll show them like this is the room I'm staying in and this is where I just got beat by Talavin. Barely, but I still beat. And then we'll show them the theater.
He takes it in quietly. You can definitely tell that there are some places that are more to his liking. Some of the smaller, quieter rooms, including
Oh, the library!
He likes the library.
I want to end in the library, because there's usually a fire there if you have teams, but I'm going to end in the library.
That's wrong with me.
Uh-oh. Yeah, the astrology rooms too, like, much. Like, this is a library.
After he sees the astrologer. Wow.
Never mind, we're going to end in the astrology room.
Uh,
Let's just right. Original plan. Abort. Yes, this is fun. I don't mean to cry, but I will.
I mean, I'm not as pruny as I was before. I guess that means I'm alright.
No,
I mean, to move back.
Nora does laugh a little bit. Anyway, it just occurred to me after you mentioned seeing things back at that monster. I don't know much about you. Or Jacob for that matter. I know a lot about Talavin. Probably too much.
Your cousins, you should know something about each other, right?
Yes, we did grow up together.
we had seen each other 10 years though.
Details! You're somewhere else.
How much do you change between 12 and 20? Like, you don't change that much.
Sure!
What?
Your core personality is usually the same. Like, but then again, I suppose I haven't told you much about myself either, so it should be.
No.
I've been practicing this. No, that was the thing.
You okay?
I usually
Alright.
my heart is like really high. Actually, like.
It's like 99.
It's really bad. Well, I actually have trouble getting to know people because I don't ask them questions because I don't want those questions to be returned. How about this? If you're willing, we could play a little bit of a game.
Okay. He goes over and spins one of the suns that spins around the globe.
Well, surely you. Well, this is presumptuous of me, but there may be things that you want to know about my story. Maybe not. But how about if you ask a question, you have to answer it yourself?
Stops and this is what you do to get to know each other.
I don't know many people. Not well, at least. So I'm kind of making this up as I'm going along.
Make a persuasion roll.
Yes. Oh. 15. I want to know what's my backstory.
He's got to be like the most strategy.
So, what kind of question do you start with?
That's
It doesn't have to.
How old are you?
That's what I'm doing. Okay. It doesn't have to be complicated questions. Like, you start with, how old are you? I was gonna say that, and then you did a punch.
And so if you ask it, you have to answer it. So how old are you?
19.
Yeah, it's unsure.
I'm 19.
You sure about that?
It's been a while.
That's it. Okay.
I'm 20.
I'm 22.
The baby. Oh dear.
Okay,
WS next. Get the start.
and then you can ask me. And we should each get perhaps a past question. How about that?
Past question?
Yes.
A past question.
A past, like
Sure.
you can ask one without having to answer it.
Okay.
Or maybe vice versa.
Favorite color?
This is gonna be really long. 20 questions. Should have invited Talavin.
Give it a minute. It's a good moment. Green. What would you this color?
Okay.
I can't get past it.
Well, he has to answer the question.
What?
He has to answer the question.
Yeah.
What's his favorite color?
What's your favorite color?
Before saying that, how dare you?
I've really had to think about it. Does gray, silver count? I guess.
Yes. I do believe those count. Do you have any siblings? It's a fairly normal question. I can go first. I have a bucket load. She would not say bucket load. I
I got a truck full.
have a great many siblings.
Oh.
Yes, I don't actually know how many I have.
Oh.
I have
Why do you have so many siblings?
not knowing how to answer the question.
Two. What was your favorite place as a kid?
I'll turn around and I'll kind of like show her my tattoo. I'm like this place. place to go with my tutor.
It's a tree.
Yes. So there is a small pool of water nearby, and I was studying with my tutor. That's my favorite place.
Oh dear.
There's an island north of the continent that's below us, up beyond. It's just north, it's between us and them. There's a bunch of old ruins that I remember going to. This was fun to explore and not be bothered.
What do you do for fun?
Fun? It's a hard question. For fun. I mean, I didn't like doing it for other people, but I do like playing music. I'm not the best, I'm not really good at it, but, I know a couple things here and there. Picked up a couple tunes.
I know, but let's see what
You play?
I do.
The
play?
lute.
Jeez. Fuck.
Nora spent all of her childhood with tutors learning stuff.
That'd be terrible. I'm so glad I got kicked out of my house.
Sorry. He plays the lute.
The lute, and there are a couple of little percussive. I don't know what they're called. You tap them. They do. Usually made out of shells or rocks. Castanet. There were a few local dances I learned.
Well, I do play instruments. I'll answer my own question. One moment. I do play instruments as well. Only I was taught formally, you could say.
Formally.
On
Your
many instruments.
tutors and stuff, right?
I had a lot of tutors. But answering my question, I like talking to trees for fun. Trees are very interesting.
Talking to trees.
They are very interesting. Yes. They have a very distinct personality. Do other things for fun, but that's one of my favorite pastimes.
Talking to trees. Sure.
At any rate, we could keep this as an ongoing game. Unless you have any pressing questions.
No, I might be good, but this is fun.
We had something else to do fun with.
Sure. Yeah.
I do believe. Oh wait, hang on. I'm gonna kind of get up and motion to or I'm gonna leave the areas. I think I'm going to retire for the night.
Yeah,
But
I think I will too.
I do believe.
Put us along behind.
Yeah, I do believe there's a lute or some other. There's many instruments in the cockpit.
In the cockpit.
Orchestra pit. In the theater.
You think so?
I do think so. You'll have to wrestle them from a few of the servants, but
I don't know.
it'll be practice system.
I might see what I can do then.
now, would you? I'm very interested to hear you play.
Like persuasion roll.
I'm pushing him. Okay. Oh, that's a no.
What is it?
It's not very good. It's not very good.
As long as you don't tell anyone. Sure.
Oh man! Damn!
Promise.
That makes me happy. You all end up going upstairs, and there are a couple times where he's like, he's just is working.
You can back out if you want.
No, it's like, I mean Wyatt. No, Jacob. I'm Wyatt. Jacob will undoubtedly find out. He always finds everything out. I don't know how, but he'll be like, why didn't you do this? And do this?
He's the voice in your head, isn't he?
Unfortunately,
There are worse things.
I can't think of any. Having someone that outgoing constantly being the person egging you on.
We have a male version of Talavin and Nora. Maybe I do know what that's like.
You end up going up the main area, and he does wrestle one of the loots away from the special service. I'm like, no, let me help you. No, let me do that for you. No, let me play that for you. Get away! And just away from Boy. Like, yeah. He sits down in front, sees you, turns his back. Just like, this just makes me feel better.
I'm gonna turn my back to me. Just like walk around. Because I'm also up.
And what he ends up playing is beautiful. Starts with a few different strummings. Some picking. Every once in a while you hear this melody beginning to intertwine itself with the air. This very still together air. And there's something about it that's melancholy and yearning. But there's also just this very, very subtle, an odd sense of this loneliness. But it's elegant and it is beautiful. He finishes. Immediately gives it back to them. He's like, okay, I'm going to go to bed now. I'm going to bed.
It was lovely.
Thanks. Don't tell Talavin. Don't tell Jacob. Don't tell anybody.
I'm gonna
Just forget about it.
I'm just kidding.
You were not there.
You end up going to the rooms. He actually does pick up a room on the same floor, but it's further down.
So like us walking, he goes to the room and then I keep walking.
He pokes his head and he's like, I like this one.
Can I see the design of this? I won't step in, just kind of glancing.
Glancing inside, it is this lake-like scene, but it's just daybreak. It's not a midnight foresty scene. There's a single tree by this crystal blue lake, and it's just about sunrise.
What is happening?
Good night. Goes inside and lays down. Go to sleep. Do you do anything? Well, why is it?
Yes, I'm going to.
Why Nora?
Once I get out of the bath, I'm going to just put some like clean clothes on, just like a.
Just like me.
Provided by the servants,
Yes.
the special
Some, like,
servants.
silky, like little sleepy shorts, and then like a little like sleepy thing, like short sleeve, like button up type shirt. And let's see if she comes.
You end up going to the library. Make a perception check.
Oh, it's probably like.
Yeah, it's probably like super, but I know he was in here super like last time. 15?
15. You enter and you glance about left and right. You don't see anything near the big shelves. You look over and the much smaller replica, but you do see a figure sleeping there.
Oh, he's asleep. Okay, now maybe he's super quiet.
It's Talavin.
Oh.
Stop. Christian! Why is he here by himself? He's not being individual, gosh. No, he's not! Not anymore!
He's slumped over. There's a book half open in his lap. He's just asleep.
I can't do anything for him. He's so tiny.
Thump.
I'm just like, yeah, I'm not gonna disturb him because I don't want to feel like if I just like, oh, big human, large person, like doing that. I'm gonna like whisper for like, for a spectral servant to show me, if there's like a section in this library. So I don't know anything about. I'm like, so I have the picture that I drew in my book.
Yeah, looks like a tiger.
And it looks like a tiger.
Yeah.
I wouldn't know it's a fiend or anything. Okay,
You know Malik didn't like it.
I think this spectral servants.
Should I make an intelligence check for it? To maybe try and figure out what kind of like. I mean, it's obviously like an evil thing.
Yeah.
It's obviously not a good thing. So like, what I know, what's the opposite of a celestial being?
I mean, you know those would be various demons and devils and other things, but there are a lot of things that are the opposite of celestial. I mean, if you think of basically all of the monstrosities and aberrations that oppose any kind of lawful goodness.
I assume I can't just like show a sketch to a spectral servant like, he looks on this.
Gimme.
I'll just, okay, now I guess I'll just, can I get some books on, and I guess I'll just like devils, demons, monsters, fiends, anything really terrible. Like really, like the really terrible things.
You go off.
I'll go down like next to the fireplace and like wait. And I'll start like gathering. Oh no, because I can't take anything from here, so I'll just get my notebook ready. Take the notes if I find anything.
A solid 20 minutes go by.
I order some tea.
Some more. That comes back in about 3 minutes.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, you get your tea about a solid 20 minutes later. They end up coming back with only 3 books.
Oh, that's good. I might be able to get through them. I will. What are they? What are the
Old leather-bound journals. Just personal journals. It doesn't look like it's anything standardized.
You saw a creature that, like, there was a creature that took over your mind way back when, but then it was talking about your brother, right?
So there's more than one of those
types
of things.
But like Malik didn't know what it was or anything?
I didn't ask him, so he's not very forthcoming, obviously.
You didn't ask him?
Yeah, I know. I haven't asked him because I haven't had time to really think about it.
Oh, you should ask him.
Well, I'm going to now, but I wanted to see if I could figure it out by myself.
Oh, that's
So that's fine. And then after that, I'll just kind of be like a little defeated, and then I will go to bed.
Right before you end up packing up and going to get some kind of semblance of rest for that time, you do see there's some stirring over in the corner. And Tello rubs his eyes, looks around. Oh dear. He glances over and sees you. Gets himself up. You see already his neck is a little stiff from where he accidentally dozed off.
Sorry, fam. I was gonna, but yeah, I would have probably just squished you if I tried to move you.
Thank you. That's much as appreciated.
You know, it's one of those weird fucking just weirdnesses.
That was my favorite.
Your interaction.
Yeah.
Well, why don't you sleep? What's he doing awake?
I just some research.
Research at this hour.
I mean, I don't really get to go to a lot of libraries, so
That could change if you stayed in one place for more than a few days.
it doesn't usually work out for us.
I've noticed you are excellent at making friends.
Exquisite. But I am going to bed now, so
I see. I have to be getting to bed.
what were you looking up?
Oh, a few sillier things, really.
Anything you want help with?
Don't necessarily know if it's something that can actually be helped. A combination of a few things. It's experimental at best. You haven't seen my sister, have you?
Oof. Thankfully, not. No offense to your sister, because she's dope and powerful and cool, but
I feel like there's a little strength there for us.
You both have very strong personalities.
Yes.
And are unwilling to compromise.
Yeah, sounds about right. But she's super dope.
As are you.
Can't respect that.
And have you seen Jin?
No. Honestly, I haven't seen anybody. Me and Nora definitely, we fought for a little while and then we bathed and then I came in here. So I really haven't seen anybody. I saw Jake and Wyatt for a little bit and that was about it.
Right.
I haven't seen any of the sprites.
Let's see either.
Zoom's been making himself slightly scarce. He's been thinking a lot lately. You're rubbing your forehead like you know something. Now it's my turn. Now you'll actually willingly be nosy because I try to be educated.
I don't know, I just...
Oh, that sigh. You sound like one of my sisters.
Oh dear.
I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
It's
I
neither.
only know one of them. Do you have more than one sister? I can't remember how many sisters and brothers. You have sisters and brothers, right?
Yes.
You're in the middle.
Yes.
You have an older sister.
Yes.
And then how many younger siblings? Just one or two?
4.
Oh shit. And how many older siblings?
5.
Oh God! That's a lot of siblings.
Yes.
It's very interesting.
Yes.
Super interesting.
Problem?
No, that's just... Wish I had that many siblings.
No.
I guess the way my siblings turned out, maybe that wouldn't have been a good idea.
Okay, I'll go to bed now.
Alright. Be kind to him. He really does care for you and, well, seeing you with Jacob. Albeit you were intoxicated from his various indications, but...
So, do you know what happened? Because, I really don't remember.
At all.
I don't know what the fuck you gave me, but I don't remember.
At all. What happened that night?
I admit that the dose is something that I came up with myself, and
No, it worked great!
I'm sure. Based on
I guess
all of
that's
the
what's
events
supposed to happen,
preceding
but
for the rest of the day. Obviously. It has effects on short-term memories. It's meant to.
No, well, really, it only has short-term effects on my memory, because fucking daggone, bro, fucking did everything.
He didn't have anything to drink.
No, I mean, like, she wasn't there, though. It's probably just one of them. Just fucking watching. Yeah, I know, but she didn't remember, like, oh, that's when, she just knew stuff, okay? He just knew stuff that I didn't know. Whatever. It's fine. Short-term memory loss is kind of my thing anyways. But
yeah, that did hurt him. Even if it was pretend. But I don't know if it was. You just do make a handsome couple.
As I suddenly feel the ring and stuff start to really burn. I gotta return this.
No.
oh, it
Like,
still is on your finger.
As I feel it on my finger, I'm gonna take it off. I'm gonna put it in my pocket. No, I don't have pockets and I have PJs on. I don't have my bag of holding. I'm just gonna hold it. Just be like, yeah,
He does care about you very much, and he's essentially abandoned everything that he's ever known.
Oh, God.
His entire tribe still lives in the Strip. Even, of course, his mother and other various relatives, all his siblings, also are there in the Strip. Even if they rejected him, that's still everywhere that he used to know. And he's taken a chance on it all for you and for Nora. I don't know if I could hardly say the same for me, but...
No, I know. We've conversed a little bit about some things, but I'm not trying to hurt him.
No, it's never the intention.
I feel like I always am.
Perhaps if you're decisive. If you really don't care for him in that way, and I'm in no position to actually give any kind of advice, because for years I messed up a very good thing.
But you got it.
In the most unorthodox of ways, mind
Super
you.
romantic way, though. Just saying, it was super badass to see you beat that dude.
Super worried for like a split second, but then you possess.
Good save, I'll say, for one. That is actually on your part, saying that. The point is, it didn't have to come to that.
Sometimes it just does.
It doesn't really. If you're honest with yourself. Based on various obvious things of our society, believed I was undeserving, that it was beyond what I was societally capable of, and I had accepted all of these things. I challenged the council, not realizing that it was applicable to many other things. And that's when Jen called me out on it.
She do that real well.
She's
Fire.
marvelous. Because she realized that she didn't want to be bound by certain rules that she couldn't control, and pursued something that was obviously not meant to be hers. And look what
How
happened.
do you tell a woman she can't have something? It just kind of lights a spark in you.
Not for us.
Oh.
We have ways to live. We have rules, we have societal norms. And there's only so much variation that you can play with. There's only so much that you can tamper with.
Guess I could say I only tempered a bit too much.
I don't follow. I thought this was about Zoom.
You just make your rules and
If you are bound by societal norms,
not anymore. My parents more.
then what I can do, you can either continue the trend.
Oh no, I don't continue none of those trends anymore. That was 12 years. That was 10 years ago. I don't even remember them.
Or break them.
Oh wow. Technically, I'm not
If you're not beholden to them, then you're breaking them, which means that you are not bound to any particular set of standards. Do you care for him? Actually care for him. And I don't mean the sentimental, oh, I helped save him, and now he's a part of my wounded pet project. I don't know.
ouch. But no, I don't see him as being a wounded pet. I see him very much as one of my best friends. I don't know. I'm not very in tune with feelings like that. I care for people. And I'm just not. I don't know. I don't see him as a wounded pet. That's not. I see him very much like as a friend and a trusted companion, family.
So you don't love him? Well, the more indecisive you are, the more pain you're going to be causing him. So I recommend you do a little bit of soul searching on that front. And so I finally reached a decision on mine. Not just think. Not just as a passive thought. He's risking everything on a chance because of something he feels. Not advocating for one or the other, but Jacob has less to lose. If you think about it, he has his own business, which is absolutely admirable. He is traveling, he has a friend who comes along with him. Sooner or later, he might ask the same of you. And some kind of question.
Oh, yeah, no. Yeah. Guess I'm just a little too focused on my own path.
Then you should tell them.
Oh, dear.
So that they may choose a path for themselves. Good night, Talavin.
Good night. Hello.
It's out.
Don't scurry away. Kind of panicked. I'm like, oh god, I feel like he's getting away from this. Oh god.
Which actually, you do see Zoom taking up a room nearby where your girls were.
I look a little panicked and I just kind of like wave and I'm like, I'm just gonna go in for it because I can't do it. I can't right now. I'm not gonna think about it. I don't, but like I don't want to break his heart and make him feel like I did this to him. Oh God, don't give me that look, Madison! I can see it out of the corner of my eye. No.
Your passive perception.
Yeah, my passive perception's like,
Oh my god, your passive perception! Let's see how this
no. I'm like on the other side of the door, like.
You hear the footsteps. Right outside.
No.
slow motion.
I jump out the window.
into a dimension that doesn't exist, I just disappear.
The knock doesn't come.
Oh god.
The shuffling just goes to another bed.
Oh my god.
You hear the door slowly shut.
Oh god. Oh my god.
Calvin just like sits on the other side of the door, just kind of like completely exhausted and emotionally traumatized now because she doesn't know what to do. And she doesn't get out.
You fell asleep right there at the door.
Yeah.
You go
Just like knees tucked up, back against the door, like head down.
You both drift off into sleep. Nora, you open your eyes and see that familiar forestscape, the hundreds and thousands of millions of stars and galaxies smattered among a crystal midnight blue sky. After glancing about, left and right at the dark, wooded trees around you, you do end up picking out a figure walking through the forest. Same dark hair. Looking much better than the last time you saw him. No more bandages except for one that is slightly across his cheek. He is the right.
Oh, is
You do now. I look up. You certainly had an eventful day. He extends his hand. He lifts you up. We can't talk for too long, unfortunately, but perhaps I can answer any questions you might have.
I do always have questions.
Oh no.
I know you do.
There's no more chains. Oh no.
What?
I only got 3 hit points.
Well, those were non-lethal damages. Does not count for lethal damages, right?
You didn't have what? Chains?
So there's
On
no
day,
more chains.
day is fully.
Recharged.
Oh, right.
I said.
So that's probably exactly what you're going to hear.
What was that?
You just see Talvin's body fly through the air.
In the water.
And you just hear and you see like Thor lightning come down. Just like
The water.
he's like, what is that? You don't want to know.
She's back and how happy that she's happy again. That's all you need to know. She's happy.
Well, you probably know this already, but the sprites asked me for a test because they are so noble.
But very honorable.
Yes.
Honorable.
So spur of the moment, I asked them if they'd heard any information on the council, and so they took that to follow the council around and stake out what they were doing.
To be fair, when you have questions about
Yeah, that is fair.
Are they still alive? They're
Yes,
still well?
yes, they are.
Then you should have nothing to worry about.
It is true. I tried to dissuade them after realizing my blunder, and they were persistent unless I gave them another test. But they did say they saw the council go into another portal that was similar to the thing now, but dissimilar and it was darker. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Nora was able to kind of deduce that it may have been a different plane of the Feywild.
It seemed similar to the Feywild, but just different enough to. Why was there not a different door?
I say that. It was like the Feywild, but it was just different enough. Almost like a... Dare I say? No, dare can be said. Like an underground of the Feywild? Is that... Can she say that?
That's very possible. Yes, that's very possible actually. It explains a lot about some of the things that I was able to do and be able to figure out. Did they happen to see anything? They've gotten farther than I have.
Yes, they said that they were very, that the council was speaking a language they didn't understand, but they seemed worried about something within proximity of the world that they were walking through. They weren't able to deduce much more because they were pulled back by current events.
Oh, right. Okay. Well, what would you have of me then? I'm trying to follow the council again. That worked out well the first time. And the second and the third.
Is that where you've been going?
One of many places. That happens to be one of them, yes. Oh, it's cold. But just rush of wind. I'm losing body temperature.
I should have put your hands up there. Sorry.
Okay.
Let's see. I was maybe passing on the information, since alone that information doesn't help me deduce very much.
I'll certainly see what I can come up with. And yes, I'll be careful. He touches your chin, using his thumb and forefinger. Your training would work very well with your cousin. It's about time. It's not the kind of training I was referring to, but...
But that did go very well. That's very nice.
I'm proud of you.
Nora, get so cool. Sorry. Oh, as of... No, we're still heading east. Unless someone else decides to pursue us, I suppose we'll find other ways to occupy our time causing trouble and...
We'll let you know if something comes up. As of right now, as the relative protection of Willends buyers and the contracts and so forth have been relatively nulled, they've managed to satiate, for the most part, their deal, although I feel as though the council will not necessarily be pleased to find your replacements or so forth.
That's true. It does bring me joy, though.
It won't be their first attempt, and it certainly won't be their last. Perhaps not from the Willends buyers, but be wary.
Oh, the individual. I guess we already talked about him.
Yes, much like the individual who Malik relatively detested, who played cards. Not that they were of any relation that I'm particularly aware of, but something similar.
Well, something I've heard on a couple of occasions. I don't know if you've heard it or not. I heard it from the council and then also from this US individual. You keep mentioning the end of the world. And now it's my fault and Talavin's fault. Have you heard anything about this?
Like we just got the end of the world thrust upon our shoulders today. I don't think we even covered that emotional trauma that's gonna cause yet.
I would not want to possibly know.
I'm sure you don't. You're a very friendly individual. Very charming. Enchanting, as always. I don't know anything about it, necessarily, but there have always been whispers and rumors and legends and stories of a few individuals selected throughout a particular age of humanity, of monsters and beasts that have the ability to affect everything around them. Whether it's intentional or not, these particular individuals are highly influential and can change the course, the entire fabric of reality if they wanted to.
They think that's me.
Whether it's Sias Vammer.
I'm sorry, I'm on there.
Yes, Vammer. Whatever it was that he indicated, sure. Maybe he thinks that you're one of these individuals. And based on the interest of the Feyblad Council, I would be inclined to believe such things if I didn't think that every individual who this person, whoever it was, touched didn't have some kind of an effect. If one person can affect the entirety of history, it can't just be one individual. You can't do it alone. Many different actions between many different people, I think, are what cause it. And it could spark from one individual, yes, but I think it has to be more than just that. Perhaps I'm wrong. Which I think not, but no guarantees. You feel like you're one of these individuals?
No. I do not. I don't.
That's the humble answer.
I don't recall changing the fabric of the universe recently.
It's late. Get some sleep. Brushes some hair over your ear. I'm sorry this had to be so brief. We'll talk again soon. Fade into the darkness of sleep. Talavin.
Put that watch on real quick. See what my heart rate is.
I don't know, it's kind of going down a little bit because I can really see.
Talavin.
Yeah.
Oh, Talavin.
I took nerves for this.
You got this. Come on, Bae's just gonna shock you. You'll be fine.
Blink. Blink. Abyss. And sleep. Reach you. Feel yourself falling. And just as you jolt yourself awake, you open your eyes and see that lake. That completely still, soft lake. That mountain range where you can't tell where the beginning and the end is between the horizon and the ground. You glance up and see the hundreds and thousands and millions of stars, and you see that very faint sliver of moon hanging like an ornament in the midnight crystal blue sky. You're 20 or so feet away from the water. Your face is slightly pressed into the sand-like dirt right by the banks.
Oh, I'm laying down?
You fell.
Oh. Get up. Real quick.
Around. Nothing there. What's your heart rate at?
96.
Yeah. What do you do?
Just look around a little bit. Just make sure I'm not seeing any electricity just flickering out of the corner of my eyes.
Glance left. Okay, it's right. With your passive perception, you don't notice anything. You can try and look harder if you want.
Yeah, I'll look harder.
Oh, good.
There's somewhere.
Make a perception check.
That's
That's a 29.
That's 29.
I'm not
Couldn't
figuring
get
not
that high.
20 every single time. It's not
18.
perfect. 18. No? Nothing to your left, nothing to your right.
Yeah, broken 100, we're good.
oh no.
Okay,
Just gonna.
Hey, you can come electrocute me now. Can we just do it now? Or are you gonna make me wait? Like, my voice just kind of like.
Make a persuasion roll.
Oh God. Persuasion 60.
I don't see anything.
God. All right. Just Oh. More here.
The lake is completely still.
T-Rex coming.
Yeah, really. If I don't move, it can't see me. If I don't move, it can't see me. Like my entire body's just like completely tingling. I'm just like, where's it coming from? Can I tell where it's coming from?
Right behind you.
Oh God, no!
Make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh no! 17.
That's not enough.
This man of rage. I couldn't have got a natural 20 and beat that. Oh God.
Your adults, 19 points of
I
light
immediately pass out.
damage. As you feel this rack through the ground, you watch the ground crack beneath you with the energy before you get launched, jettisoned into the air.
I definitely scream bloody murder. All the way up and all the way down. Well, I get to the top and then I probably pass out. Because I'm at like negative 16 hit points.
As this is the relative different realm, you do have all of your hit points in this particular dimension. 19 points down.
Ooh. I assume I don't have my spell slots back though.
No, you do.
Oh, I do?
Before you feel a paw on your back, pressed into the ground.
I just got like laying there like, hey girl, hey!
Hey, girl, hey!
You seem tense.
No!
I said you seem tense.
Super tense! Super tense.
Let me help you with that.
Okay!
Actually, you're prone.
Yeah.
I'm pinned, so you don't make a save.
No.
Oh gosh, that's 2 10s.
Oh God!
That's 28 points of lightning damage.
Okay.
She's
No!
She's gonna rack your body
Frustrated.
before she steps
many?
off. 28 on top of that 19.
Okay.
She steps off, you, breath knocked completely out of your body, are left gasping, slightly wheezing, as she steps away and sits nobly. She seems taller. She seems brighter. She seems bigger. More angry. You know,
I don't get up off my stick.
There are very few times where I actually find myself frustrated and am not able to actually do anything with my particular existence. But you managed to find the absolute worst way to actually go about all of this. Did I tell you that you were allowed to say anything? Speak up when I'm talking to you.
No, you didn't.
Let me make this completely clear. I'm not happy with you. In case you didn't get the memo, I try and make things as transparent as I possibly can. Right? Right,
Definitely.
Absolutely. I am generous, I am thoughtful, I give up my hard-earned time to come train you so that you can stab me in the back with the chain. Without consulting me, without bringing certain things up to other individuals. I don't know. There's some kind of patron who's watching over you. She hangs the moon on a silver string and so forth. I wonder if she had anything to say about this. No, she's too forgiving. So I'm here to make yourself miserable. Now, before I absolutely blow you into oblivion, what do you have to say for yourself? And keep in mind, you said some pretty big words last time, and I don't think that I remember all of them. So if you want to refresh my memory, please go ahead.
No, don't. I just want to say that I'm real sorry.
Real sorry.
Really sorry.
Really sorry. Not real sorry, really sorry. Okay. Right.
And I will start to think before I act.
You should have been doing that before, but evidently that didn't get through your skull.
Nope.
Right. Get up. I need you to make another dexterity
Oh
saving
god.
Barely.
God.
You're dealt 7 points of lightning damage as he says, "What did I just say? I said for you to think about your decisions. You didn't even think. You didn't even question my command to you. You didn't even hesitate. You didn't even think about what it was that I wanted. You didn't even think for yourself. You just did what I told you to do. You didn't do that earlier, so you've defied that. And I'm completely baffled by you. Completely. You listen to relative commands. Obviously, you just stood up. So if I had told you not to sign any kind of blood contract, I assume that you probably wouldn't have, which is probably why you didn't even consult me.
Is she saying that if she would have commanded me not to sign it, I wouldn't have signed it? But I didn't consult her, therefore that's why I signed it? Is that what she's saying?
She's saying you follow orders pretty well.
Uh-huh.
So, if she told you not to sign it, maybe you would have signed it, maybe you wouldn't have. But the fact that you didn't consult her is the problem.
Okay, the not consulting. Okay.
I mean, I didn't know that I could consult you.
Oh,
That wasn't like a really thought in my head until recently when you
Right. It's not like I've brought something like this up in the past, have I? No, it's not like I've brought up a couple of things that, I've personally had issues with, but, why consult me? That's rhetorical. Don't feel like you are obligated to answer that.
Because you are wise and loving and caring and happy.
Now, tell me, what do you think are going to be the repercussions of your particular actions today? Oh, pick one, please.
Oh, God. I don't know. Breaking someone out of jail. Definitely gonna have the law on our tails.
Oh, dear. I wonder what that's going to wreak havoc on.
I caught a serial killer. Alright, I did that, but okay.
Yes.
That's pretty good.
Excellent. You marched up to the first old woman who you saw. You just so happened to be correct and being you're suspicious about.
She was so sus.
You're just going to start hating on old ladies now.
I didn't. It wasn't because she was an old lady. It was just because she's suspicious. She's the only one that had that picture for you.
How old was that store owner, the one who owned the clothes? I believe you were sus of her too, as you like to say.
Which club lady? That's the one with the pink dresses was sus.
Oh, no, the one who you wore your relative outfit for your engagement. Congratulations, by the way. I'm glad you consulted me about that as well.
Whoa. There's no engagement, okay? That was very fictional. Thank you.
Oh, was it? Do you understand the significance of a wedding ring? An engagement ring? These things actually have some kind of bearing on our relative feelings and futures. You realize that, right?
I'm starting to.
You're not putting it together fast enough. You see, here's the thing. Your mother was from a particular kind of society. And this particular kind of society very much values tradition and certain ceremonies. And old wives' tales happen upon these little societies. You know what ends up happening? These are superstitions, these good luck, bad luck things end up happening. You want to know what one of those are?
Probably not, but yes.
Oh dear. Let me put this in simple terms. The first man, specifically, who gives you a particular ring, depending on what finger you put it on, is the one you are destined to be with.
Oh, God.
Now tell me, Talavin, darling, dear, what finger did you put that ring on?
Okay, technically, Nora put it on. Technically.
Yeah, that's true. Technically, I don't know any of those old wife tales because I left home when I was 12.
You're using it to my advantage for the first time.
I was 12. I didn't know anything about my mom.
Just because you don't believe in the superstitions doesn't mean they don't exist.
About the superstitions.
That sounds like a you problem.
That sounds like maybe you could have told me. Problem.
I didn't think if I were consulted I would have told you not to go forward with it, but no.
I didn't really have to. I kind of got pressed into the whole that too.
Oh dear. It is not like engagements break. Oh, well, we're mostly engaged. Oh, well, he hasn't picked out a ring for me. He's too poor. Oh dear. My heart belongs to another. You see where I'm going with this? I really hope you're seeing where I'm going with this.
Taking notes mentally. I don't know where I'm with you.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah.
So, what have we learned?
doing some things for people at all.
Good. What else?
I need you to tell me all old wives' tales. Or I'll research it myself. Yeah, you write that one down.
More along the lines of know your history.
No history.
Right.
It's really sad because I'm actually proficient in history.
That makes it. What's one more thing? Just try one more thing. Oh, I guess one more thing that you need to learn from all of this experience.
I need to consult you on everything.
You hit it on the head. Well, I do believe I'm done with my particular lecture. Don't patronize me. I'm not an object for your pleasure, glorification. This is where you keep going.
Oh! Sorry, you said listen to commands, so okay.
I also told you to think for yourself! Sorry, I didn't expect to say anything. 21, you barely make it.
Oh
Wow. You are dealt 10 more points lightning damage. Once again curls up, but not before you smell the frying of your hair. You feel this slight warmth come to you as you feel a smoke ring come out of your mouth. So, you get to think for yourself, but there's a difference between asking for someone for a consultation and then being told what to think. Have we learned that yet?
Yes.
Do we need to learn it again?
No. I feel like I probably will again, honestly. It's gonna happen. I need to reset myself.
Let's try not to make those in the future. Okay. I'm going to walk away now. At the very least, I can thank you for removing the chains. I feel so much better.
My pleasure.
Turns and walks away, shrinking back down to the normal form where you've seen her before as she sassily saunters her way.
I'm just gonna lay there for a second, like,
swishing her hips as she goes, tail before she ducks off into the shadows.
I just lay there for a minute, like one hit point.
You.
Okay.
Just takes some time.
I'm just gonna kind of lay there for a second, just eventually I'll try to like look up at the moon and be like, I'll start consulting you too. I promise.
Oh, you did consult me.
Not really!
Just like, I don't know what to do.
It was more like a plea for help. It wasn't really a consultation. It was way after the fact. I gotta like look around and make sure she's not coming back. And I'm like,
make a perception check.
19. Okay, I'll set up now.
Set yourself up.
Ooh. That's it. I feel like that wind is coming in. Okay. I'll kind of look around. Is there anybody else here to lecture me?
Mm-mm.
Alright. If there's anybody else that wants to come speak their mind, they should do it now. Alright, I'm just, hey, Malik. I got some questions for you. Unless you're gonna electrocute me, maybe tomorrow when I have a little more health. Are you busy?
Make a charisma check.
Oh.
I thought that was a 1 and I was really sad that it was an 11.
About 30 seconds go by before you see these two blue, silvery blue, illuminated eyes. Wreathed in these silver flames licking just the sides of his eyes, this obsidian wolf emerges from the shadows. Step after step, his immense form emerges, seeming to pull the shadows away to form his body.
Does he look better than he did?
Yep.
I'm gonna walk over there. It will be fine. At 1 hit point. Eventually. That's how you wake up, maybe.
You took Bane's lecture well.
Well, she took that blood on pretty well, I guess. Sure, I only saw the electric part of the damage she could have done me.
This is true.
Do you mind if I sit down? I'm a little tired.
Feel free.
Okay, I'm gonna sit down.
I just got kind of like, a little bit.
I mean, like, what your thoughts on that? Because apparently I need to consult more people about the things that I do. So let's start with you.
What about me?
No, dear. Well, I mean, I don't know, I guess she's in my conscience. I could, what she implies is I could have asked her about it while I was conscious, but I mean, I don't know if I can do that with you, but I mean, obviously my actions have consequences for her, and other actions I have consequences for everyone here.
This is true.
So did that have consequences for you as well? Like you didn't have a chain on, but
The contract.
yeah.
In other ways.
Definitely not that I managed to squeak by. Get that away. I will do better in consulting. So I don't do that. But
That would be wise.
do you know what I was thinking? Although, right? Obviously that, whatever that was, down in that prison was,
Unpleasant.
to say the least. I was a little disturbed, for sure, by what he was saying to everyone. I don't understand how he would know such things being locked in a prison. But I guess there's ways of magic. But what do you know what that was, or what he was, or what?
He was human at one point.
And what did he become?
Many things. That is no longer human.
And I assume he did that to that man. Made him crazy.
Hardly crazy.
Scared, but
Loyal.
that's worse, actually.
He didn't want to leave his side. Thought it was a trick. Thought it was a trap.
So he thought he was tricking him to test him, or he thought we were tricking him to get him hurt?
I don't know. Could very well have been the former. Thinking it was some kind of test to see whether or not he would leave the sign. Obviously, he seemed to have failed that test, much to your benefit, however.
I'm curious as to what that group would have with him and Word.
Which one refers to him? The individual you rescued? Alcar, Brazil, or the other one, Skias Kama?
Both. I feel like it was. I feel like he did something that he definitely worked in Willends Bar's favor if they were to try to get in there. I don't know. It just felt the whole thing didn't feel right.
No. But what was done was out of necessity for survival, and could not have been helped, given the circumstances.
I think they disagree.
But she's just heard that she was not consulted. Ultimately, you most likely made the right progression of events. Though your conversation could have been a little more honest.
Yeah. A lot of people are telling the truth.
I personally have the philosophy to disclose all information when necessary, and only manipulate the truth minutely, and only if completely necessary, whether that be for survival or for the progression of a particular group of individuals.
It seemed like everybody else in my group was on that same wavelength. It just wasn't. But I guess nobody died.
That's good.
So other than that, because that was all super fun and great. That thing that I brought here that one time. I never asked you about it. I never didn't want to, but I'm slowly. It's not that I don't want to ask, I just don't know. I want to know more about what that is. I feel like it could help me.
His eyes open wide in alarm.
Maybe find my brother, help. If I knew more about what it is, maybe I can figure out what attracted my brother to it. Or what attracted my brother to it. And maybe one day can help me beat it. If I get the chance.
I'm not exactly sure what you're asking of me. Permission to let something like that in here?
No. I'm just wondering if you know anything about what it is.
I know they are wicked creatures. I know they are conniving and will use you until they achieve whatever their particular goal is. They have no necessary need or desire to help for the greater good, only for themselves, only selfish.
Do you know what it's called?
It goes by many different names. One that has been adopted in its more fiendish years is a Rakshasa.
So then, this thing could just be using my brother, or is my brother going along with it because he thinks it's his idea, or...
That was a question for your brother, or this entity. I'm not an all-knowing being, Talavin. I've proven that much.
The guy in the cell, he said all sorts of outlandish things. So, just curious, so he said all of those things out loud. Like, we could hear what he was saying to each one of us individually. So now he mentioned she would cause everybody to die. And then he basically said that my family is the reason why everybody's going to die. He mentioned Nora as both of us as the reason why the world was going to end.
Sometimes people just say things.
So then there's no truth to that, or is there?
An answer? You can roll an insight check if you want. And 21, definitely holding something back.
Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah, she's pretty
Easier said than done.
yeah. Just for like, I don't know if Malik can like inside check me, but for audience, that one's feeling pretty pushed onto an edge currently. Yeah, so I don't know, I'm feeling, well, I guess I feel like as Talavin, I hope if you know something, you would tell me.
I can only tell you what I know for certain.
I just feel like not knowing is the story of my whole life.
I don't follow. Do you have to do 12?
Since I was 12, I mean, my parents ran around, didn't tell anybody anything, and then we showed up one day and they were all dead. And then I always feel like you're holding something back, you know something that you don't want to tell me. I understand I don't want to make you tell me things you don't want to, but
So would you rather the information be false? Would you rather be told something that is not completely true and honest? Would you rather be told a falsehood only to have to reconstruct your entire view of a particular thing, of a particular group, of an entity, restructure entirely from scratch because of one piece of misinformation, or start ahead, not know something now, but know the full truth at a later date?
ooh, so he's saying, try to process that.
Misinformation now will put you further behind than the truth later. If you would rather know all of these pieces and fragments that may or may not be confirmed. Then please share it with me. All I know is what I can do, what I can prove beyond the shadows. Bring it into the light.
How can I bring things into the light if I don't know what's in the shadows?
You search on your own for anything, for fragments, for pieces, for things you are curious about. You bring these things to me. You find them out on your own. Whether or not I can confirm them, or whether or not they are mere fragments scattered to the wind, that is your task. Mine is to simply provide you the information that you are seeking. And if I'm being honest, there are some things that even scare me that I wish I did not know, whether it's confirmed or not. Do you want to live with those nightmares in the dark? When we try so hard to keep them at bay. Well, that deep, thunderous voice just emanates from him. This powerful voice emanates from him.
I guess I don't know then. When you put it like that.
Perhaps you ought to meditate or think about these particular themes. Because if you want to see the entire fragmented reality for what it actually is, then be my guest. But that would require you to be putting all of the pieces together, confirming what some of these things are, what they aren't, finding people, seeking them out, and being able to tell when someone's lying to you. If somebody tells you something and you believe them and it's just falsehood, then you are no better off than knowing that piece of information. Because it will go against or confirm everything that you believe. If someone says day is night and night is day, that the suns rise in only one direction instead of slightly ajar in the two, if you believe that with your whole heart, you're going to try and find information to confirm that and work to disprove everything else. Do you want to be responsible for all of that, Talavin?
No.
You seem angry now. Perhaps it's best if I leave you to your thoughts.
I don't have anything to say.
I'm not angry.
Then what are you?
I don't know. Just frustrated.
Set me on a task, and I can learn. Bring forth these truths for you.
I don't know what to look for right now.
You're interested in this particular creature.
Now I don't know if he has anything to do with what I don't even know anything else that we're doing now. Whether it's with Nora and why her people are after her, or my brother and whatever he's doing. But if this is just some random person that said something that has nothing to do with anything.
Perhaps it is. And perhaps it's not. These are the kinds of questions that you need to ask, that you need to find the answers for. What is your objective? It used to be to protect, and then it was to heal.
I want both of those. It's hard to choose one over the other.
That does not fall in line with finding information, however. That involves, once you find something out, safeguarding the individuals, either from that information or telling them and helping them through that. It is to help heal the mind and the heart from either those pieces or whatever they're suffering through. If your goal is to protect and to cure and to mend, then let that be your goal. Set that at your heart. Do not wander aimlessly. What do you want, Talavin? You used to have such a clear goal. It was to find out what happened to your family. What happened to that, Talavin?
I got scared of the truth. I didn't want to know.
There is a truth that I know. And I do not want to see you in pain because of it. Because no matter what happens, this truth will bring you pain. Whether or not I keep it from you, or if I tell you. Now I'll leave this choice to you. You said you wanted to know the truths. Do you want them? Really want them? Regardless of the pain you will inflict upon yourself by knowing it.
I want to know.
Your brother's alive. Your oldest brother is alive. He steps up to you, just crouches. The other elements of truth are worse. Do you want to know that?
Yes, I do.
He's the reason your family is dead. That is why I was hesitant for you to go to the north.
Is he there?
Yes. You thought your family was killed because of what you are, by the union created by your parents. That is not true, although I can't confirm anything beyond that. He just crouches in front of you, with silvery blue eyes just watching you, and they're filled with pain and sorrow, just mimicking your own. I'm so sorry, Talavin.
It's not your fault. Crazy siblings. Where did we get in with just him being alive, and then I don't know why, I don't
Find the right questions, though. Seek the truth. That's all we have. If you put protection at your heart, at your core, then it is to prevent this kind of information. It's to ensure that this does not harm anyone else. If your objective is to mend, to heal, then go and find the people who are currently being inflicted harm upon. Find them, seek them out. Right the wrongs that have been done. But if your ability is to seek the truth, you can achieve both of these objectives. Helping those in the wake of suffering and sorrow. Preventing things like this from happening again. You have to be brave enough to pick up these pieces. As much as they hurt, as much as they make us fear, as much as I don't want you to have to do all of these things, this is the path that you choose, which is something only you can decide. I will ensure that you are able to walk it.
Okay, real quick, recap DM because that was a lot. So the difference between these two options that he's giving me, because so there's the protecting people from what's happening, and then there's finding the second one is what I'm leaning towards, but I didn't fully grasp, I don't think, all of it.
By curing people, you go and find all of the people who have been wronged and essentially are trying to amend for those wrongs in whatever way you can. You heal
that my
them.
brother's caused.
Yeah.
And then the first one was just
And the first
protecting.
one is going and being on the front lines of preventing these things from even happening. Proactive and reactive. And then he says if you find the truth, you can achieve both of these things, but that requires you to start essentially sacrificing pieces of yourself to find out all of this information, to try and see whether or not people are lying to you. So you're either going to have to find out this information and try and find out the truth, or be proactive and reactive.
Shit. Okay, proactive and reactive isn't enough. It's just because that doesn't solve the problem.
The truth solves the problem. But this is the choice for you.
know if there is a choice. I need the truth. I need that.
Then you are going to end up with many scattered fragments. And you will have to piece them together, just as I have been.
I can do that.
I know you can. You're strong enough. He lays his head just on top of yours.
I'll lean into him a little bit. Thank you for telling the truth.
I'm glad I finally managed to find enough of it to paint together this piece. As painful as it is.
I don't see anything else. I just
Eventually end up falling asleep. Drifting off in his obsidian fur. All of these things twirling and swirling in your mind. You eventually wake up on the floor of the bed. A horrendous crick in your neck.
in front of the door.
In front of the door. Nora, you managed to make it to a bed and you had a lovely sleep. The path is before you both. And that's where we'll end for tonight. Thanks for watching. Bye.